Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Monday. Happy Labor Day, guys. So on Labor Day, if you are here, we are being very, very laborious in the sense that we have lives to do, we have things going on, and videos are not stopping. Yesterday was our day off. So today we're jumping right back into it. Guys, we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Orange County and some of these discrepancies that are being talked about. This is kind of insane because if you're sitting here watching the show, you know it's just an absolute wreck. Like, what is going on? We're going to break it all down. But before we do, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's jump right in. All right, guys. So it looks like Katie is having no problem calling out Jenn Pedranti, and we're watching this. I watched the episode. I was in Palm Springs, but I still watched it, and I was like, I don't think Jenn Pedranti at this point, I feel like she doesn't even know what to say or do. I feel like everything is just sort of like she's trying to understand if she's on the right side of history with this situation, because even with the lie detector test, the woman looked at Katie Ginella and was like, "You failed this miserably. Like, the worst results came from you." And Jenn Pedranti was like, she was even asked during the lie detector test, like, "Do you believe Katie? Do you trust her?" And she was like, "Yeah." She passed that question. So I think that Jen was being a good friend. But Katie is accusing Jen of refusing to back up her version of what Gretchen said, that she was roofied and hospitalized during the whole naked wasted event with Tamra Judge. And she recalled pointing to Jen during the lie detector test and asking, "How do you not remember this?" Now, Katie also revealed that she'd been crying for weeks, and she expressed a lot of frustration that Jen didn't speak up to say that she also heard the story. Yeah, well, I guess Jen is like, "I don't remember hearing that story." Emily Simpson weighed in saying that Jen could have clarified the situation and could have been, the truth in all of this. But Jen did respond that Gretchen did not tell her that she went to the hospital. Rather, she just said that she was so sick that she felt like she should have gone. So Jen kind of felt used like a lifeline when Katie leaned on her to validate the claim. And she admitted also to feeling like pretty heartsick during Katie's failed polygraph moment. And she said that there was like a lot of sadness that she couldn't help Katie. Now, for Katie, she's speculating that Jen stayed silent to avoid getting in the mess, given her friendships with both herself and Gretchen. And she also insisted that the group dinner attendees, herself, Matt, Ryan, Jen, Gretchen, Slade, all heard the claim. And she shared that Slade repeatedly called her husband Matt during the aftermath, which she interpreted as a sign that her account was not fabricated. Um, the reason I'm conflicted in this is after last year. Like, if I wouldn't have went through everything with the Salt Lake City situation, which, my God, I'm not a victim. I was the one who was on the phone call. I was the one who was trying to help out. I was the one who allowed myself to have this narrative, spun. I get it. So when you're in it, it's kind of like, how can you just sit there and bold face lie, you know? But the reason you can sit there and bold-faced lie is if you think about it and you put yourself in the person's shoes. I feel like some people are all about just like telling the truth and owning it when they're wrong. And other people are like, well, this is my reputation. It's on national television. There's millions of viewers overall, not saying like the numbers coming from like the premiere of that episode, but like millions of viewers overall. And it's going to live on streaming services for like the rest of your life. So yeah, I mean, when you put it in that perspective, I can see why some of these people are a lot less truthful, if that makes sense. But moving on. Let's go over to Gretchen. She's now clapping back at Teddi Mellencamp because Teddi Mellencamp suggested that Gretchen told Katie about the roofie allegation, saying, well, Gretchen said, "That's not true. I never told Katie that." She accused Katie of being the one who keeps changing her story, and Gretchen claimed that Katie initially said that she never shared the story with Kiki Monique, only for Gretchen to discover that, well, Katie actually did. Now, fans are responding to this, which I'm not surprised by that, but just so you guys can see, this is her message. "Not true. I never told Katie that. The only person who is changing their story is Katie. She claimed that she never told Kiki this fake story, and then I find out she actually did. Watch this week's episode. The lie detector test says a lot." Okay, now let's go back to her. So fans are reacting to this really strongly because I think everybody's just confused by the conflicting stories. One person said, "It doesn't matter if Gretchen told Katie because it wasn't Katie's story to tell. Personally, I don't believe it was said because I don't see Jen lying for Gretchen." Okay. Another fan pointed out, "I think Gretchen probably said it was like like she roofied me or something similar to that. And I think that Katie took it literally and ran to a blogger with it." And lastly, another fan said, "What Tamra did the night of Naked Wasted was really dangerous, and I don't understand why none of these women wanted to address that part of it. They're all missing the point." Yes, yes, and no. I mean, yeah, yeah, like it was shitty, but it was 17 years ago. So I'm just wondering why it's being brought up now. Like I feel like it was shitty, but that should have been addressed way back when. However, the allegations of potentially drugging someone, that's a totally different monster. That's like, and I've used this analogy multiple times, that is literally like going back to Candy Burris, Portia, Phaedra, all of those allegations that came out at the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion about potentially drugging Portia, taking her home and taking her down to the dungeon. No, that's dangerous. It's not just dangerous. Well, I mean, it's dangerous if it's true or not true, because if it's true, somebody should go to jail. If it's not true, then now you're playing with somebody's livelihood. You're playing with them as a business owner. You're playing with their reputation. I was always told this growing up. It takes a whole life to build, it takes your whole life to build a reputation, but it takes just like 30 seconds to ruin it. That's so true. And so now I want to hear your opinions. Guys, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in just a little bit. Love you guys. Happy Labor Day.